We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Hannah, will you call the roll, please?
Bilski. Here. Foster. Vincent. Allner.
Here.
Boyle.
Here.
Perry.
Here. Tonight to swear in an officer after we make a motion. So I have a motion to swear in Michael Council as an Orange Village police officer.
I'll make that motion.
The appointment.
Oh, a motion to confirm the appointment of, please?
Make a motion.
Thank you, Amanda.
I'll sec.
I think Stacy beat you, Kim. Can you?
A lot of feedback.
I'm sorry.
We have a motion.
Thing there. Turn that down. See that right by your cup? Sorry.
A motion and a second. And Chief,
Like all front and center.
oh, I'm sorry. I guess we take the vote first. Sorry. Hannah, anybody have any questions or comments? Hannah, will you call the roll?
Bilski.
Yes.
About him first.
We hear about him first.
Say he usually tells you about him first,
We hear from the chief first, and then we take the vote.
and then you'll do the oath of office.
Okay, let's hear about him first.
Sorry.
Sorry, Mike.
We're doing.
This is going to be our sixth mic if confirmed, so.
Wow.
Yep.
so.
How come
It's got to be a record for.
Hounshell is a 35-year-old lateral transfer police officer with 13 years full-time police experience. He was raised in Willoughby and currently resides in Jefferson with his wife, Chelsea. Who's here with you tonight, Mike, celebrating with you?
My wife Chelsea, sister and mother, and then mother-in-law, father-in-law, as well as my old partner from the City of Euclid Police Department.
Very good. Was raised in Willoughby and currently resides in Jefferson. Mike graduated from Notre Dame Cathedral Latin High School in 2008, where he played football and earned all-conference, all-county, and district honors, as well as being selected as a News Herald All-Star. He graduated magna cum laude from Lake Erie College in 2012, majoring in criminal justice with a minor in psychology. While attending Lake Erie College, he played football on an athletic scholarship and received honorable mention from the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference for his performance during the 2010 season. His hobbies include exploring new cities, trails, playing video games, and working out. Professionally, Mike Hounshell graduated from the Ohio State Highway Patrol Academy in 2013, where he was a state trooper for 9 years. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 2019. During his tenure with the Ohio State Highway Patrol, he received numerous awards related to the criminal interdiction, including the apprehension of a murder suspect during a traffic stop, as well as awards for stolen vehicle recovery, safe driving, and seatbelt enforcement. In 2021, he laterally transferred to the Euclid Police Department, where he was assigned to the Community Response Unit, which is focused on building rapport within the community while actively participating in criminal interdiction efforts. While serving with the Euclid Police Department, he received awards for seatbelt enforcement, exceptional service, 2 life-saving awards as well. His training includes electronic speed measuring devices, advanced roadside impaired driving enforcement, criminal interdiction, certified training officer, crisis intervention team certification, mentorship, and precision immobile technique for terminating vehicle pursuits. Members of council, I seek your confirmation for Officer Mike Hounshell to become a full-time member of the Orange Village Police Department.
Thank you.
All right, now, Anna, will you call the roll?
Bilski.
Yes.
Foster. Vincent. Kurland.
Yes. Yes.
Boyle.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes. Thank you all. Great. I have the distinct honor tonight to administer your oath of office.
Make sure he out camera.
Make the mic work.
Microphone. Lisa's got this. She's good. Oh, look at her. She's really.
Yes.
Good deal.
And yeah. You want your
Drawings allowed.
so
He has a family member to come up to.
She said, she's working on it.
after. Thank you. Thanks for your help. Okay, so raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Hounshell,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the rules, regulations, and charter of Orange Village,
the rules, regulations, and charter of Orange Village,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
honestly, and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as a patrol officer of Orange Village, State of Ohio,
as a patrol officer of Orange Village, State of Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations. Leslie, can you come up to pin on his badge, please? Number 5. Oh. There's 2 copies, one for you.
This is the acting mayor. If he's not here.
Yeah, he's here on the machine.
You have knee or hip replacement?
Is that what it was?
You better get ready.
I know.
My mom was a long time ago. She had both her hips replaced, one twice.
It's all but a guarantee.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, glad to have you. He's probably on a lot of painkillers.
What's that?
Probably on a lot of painkillers.
You know, yeah, I would think, but he's, let's see, that's 2 weeks out now, a week and a half out.
Hey. You're all welcome to stay. We have very interesting meetings. And thank you all for coming in. Okay, next on our agenda, I need a motion to approve the purchase of 2 Ford Interceptor Explorers from Montrose Ford for a total amount not to exceed $99,478, which is part of a state bid. Do I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Thank you, Jim. And anybody have questions?
Yeah, we have 10 marked police cars, and if we replace 2 every year, every 5 years, we replace the entire fleet. That's kind of been worked out internally as a good, sound practice. And that's what this expenditure is to do that, just that. And then as soon as those are in service, I will come to council and we will take 2 of the current cars out of service, declare them surplus, and send them along.
I have 2 quick questions, I think. On the page that you gave us, it says total value of trade-in if you have one, and it's just a blank. We don't use that because we're going to use it as surplus later on, or is it worth looking at the value for trade-in, or no?
I didn't hear the first part of that.
Can you hear me okay? Is it coming through? On the page 1 of 2, on the Interceptor, down at the bottom, it says the total value of trade-in if you have one.
So when we purchase the cars, we do that as a separate thing, and we will put those, the 2 cars we're trading in or getting rid of, on Gov deals. We have a lot of success with selling them outright. In the 2 that we have now, we may consider selling them as fully marked police cars, so they wouldn't really make a good trade-in anyway on the retail market.
Great, thank you. And then I know in the next motion, there's a reimbursable grant coming up. Could that also be applied toward this one too, or no? It's
So the grant does speak to these 2 cars that we're talking about, and it's a reimbursement grant during the funding period, which we are in now. They're just late to get to the announcement of that grant, If we receive it, great, because we were going to buy these 2 cars anyway. If we don't, that's unfortunate. We were going to buy these 2 cars anyway. And that's both of those items.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Anna, will you call the roll?
Bilski,
Yes.
Foster. Vincent,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Allner,
Yes.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes. Thanks. Next is a motion to approve the outfitting of 2 Ford Interceptor Explorers from Hall Public Safety, not to exceed $40,785. Mike?
Yeah. Hall Public Safety is the upfitter for all of our marked police cars and unmarked.
I'm
Hello.
sorry, I need a motion first.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Kim.
Second.
Thank you, Stacy. Okay, now,
Okay. Hall Public Safety is the upfitter for all of our police cars, and that is the cost of putting the equipment in and doing just that, upfitting them to be fully marked police cars.
So it's approximately 140,000 total, and theoretically, we may get a grant reimbursing 113 of that.
Correct. And it applies to both the cars and the equipment and the upfitting.
What's the turnaround time?
Or which part?
Outfitting?
Well, you got the purchase, delivery, then the outfitting.
The cars are showing up at the dealerships now, so if we said, hey, put us in, we would probably be able to see those within 30 days.
Wow.
And then the upfitting is fully dependent on Hall Public Safety, which I won't know till we call them. Depending on how many are in front of us, it could be a little bit of time, months.
It's got listed the expiration date, I assume, of their pricing is March 11, I assume.
Yeah, the relationship we have with the company, that will stand.
questions? Anna, will you call the roll?
Bilski,
Yes.
Foster, Vincent, Kurland, Allner,
Yes.
Boyle,
Yes.
Perry.
Thank you. Next is a motion, I need a motion to approve the purchase of a 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD four-wheel drive regular cab from Tim Lally Chevrolet at a cost not to exceed $46,732. That was priced using GMC Bid Express Purchasing Program.
It's a great deal.
Do I have a motion, please?
Make a motion.
Thank you. I heard Amanda first. You want to second it, Ryan?
And-
Thank you, Ryan. Okay, great. Who's speaking to this?
I will speak to this one here. Last week Wednesday, council approved the purchase of the Dodge truck from Montrose for the cost of $48,965. When we went to place that order, there was a clerical error found in the bid through Montrose, which actually was about a $2,300 change, which increased the cost. So we went back to complete more due diligence to again check our other vendors and what the pricing was. And what we did find that Tim Lally Ford, there's a program there that allows ODOT contracting only for ODOT purchases. Bidders are allowed to meet that in pricing to meet that price of the ODOT contract only. And what ended up happening, we found the Chevy that we could purchase for the price of, bear with me here, $46,732, which is actually $2,233 less than the Dodge. So we are making a recommendation that we are not going to proceed with buying the Dodge, and we are actually going to purchase the Chevy for a lower cost value, which obviously saving money. And in order to clean up paperwork, since we're changing vendor, it requires us to bring it to council so we can authorize a vendor change.
Questions? All right, Anna?
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Vincent, Kurland,
Yes.
Allner,
Yes.
Boyle,
Yes.
Perry.
Next, I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report for December 2025. I'll make a motion. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Ryan. Dana, do you want?
Okay, good evening. You have the cash account summary for December for all of our bank accounts with a total of $19,214,716. And that includes our checking account, operating accounts, and investment accounts. The summary for the month and year-to-date for the fiscal year ending December 31st. December revenues from all of our funds was $1,459,788. And our December expenditures from all of our funds was $1,670,595. You received a revenue and expenditure report for the year end. So on our general fund, our total revenues were 108% of budget, which is what you want to see. We want to be higher than our budget. Our general fund operating expenditures was 96% of budget, which again is, you want to be under budget for that. And when you're looking at all funding sources, we're at 105% for our revenue and 97% of our total for all expenditures for all funds. So end of the year on a positive note for the village.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions? Then we'll move on to the tax administrator. Can I have a motion first for the?
Oh, we did, I have to call.
No, we have to call the roll.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
call the roll.
Bilski,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Vincent. Kurland. Allner,
Yes.
Boyle,
Yes.
Perry.
Yes, thank you. Next, I need a motion to approve the tax administrator's report for December 2025. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
You, Amanda?
Okay, who
I
make the motion then, or you?
made the motion first.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Sorry. All right.
Dana.
Dana?
Tax administrator report, which is showing our income tax collection from all of our sources for the month of December, almost $610,000, which is about $200,000 over where we were in December 2024. And year-to-date, we have collected $1,113,000 more than we did in year-to-date for 2024. You have the monthly cumulative chart showing where we have gone month to month, and then you have the gross monthly showing the monthly breakdowns for the last 4 years, showing the comparables.
All right, I was gonna say.
Thank you. Any questions for Dana? Anna, will you call the roll, please?
Bilski,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Allner,
Yes.
Boyle,
Yes.
Perry.
Yes. Thanks. Next is a discussion of the bills to be paid in the month of
I
February.
don't know, I mean, I know enough.
$28,321.15, and additional January expenses in the amount of $80,929.32. Did anybody have any questions about the bills? And we'll move on to audience comments relating to agenda items only. None. We'll move on to old business. First, we have ordinance 2026-3, an ordinance approving the map of survey, consolidation, vacation, and dedication for a portion of Orange Place and Parcel D and blocks of A, B, and C. This is on for second reading. It's already been referred to planning and zoning, but
If I where this is,
Wait, I'm sorry, we're,
You know where the entranceway for Pinecrest is at Harvard? On the west side of that, there are water with a fountain.
right.
It's a part of that. The original dedication had the road going over some of that drainage area. So that's being moved to the north. You can see it on the map. It's appended to the.
In that?
Yes, if you take a look at the map, there's an area that is in the shaded area that is being vacated, that will not be part of the right-of-way.
I think this is all related to the cleanup and making things on the books the way they are in real life. I mean,
Other questions? All right, we'll be talking more next month about this when we vote on it, too. All right, next is ordinance 2026-4, an ordinance amending section 1144.04 of Charter 114. Amendments and exceptions to clarify the procedure or procedures for proposed amendments to the zoning code of Orange Village. This also is on for second reading, and it's been referred to planning and zoning.
And since the first edition came out, I think it's not as readable as I like it, and we've got a step-by-step procedure for adopting variances. What I want to do is put this in a bullet point form, so you can just click through how you change the zoning for either the code or a parcel of property. So, put that in a little bit more clarity and send it to planning and zoning for their review.
So Steve, this is going to go back to planning and zoning from here?
Yes, it's
Okay.
not been
then it'll come back up to council from planning and zoning.
So if I can just, a very brief question. I received an inquiry from a zealous resident earlier today. As I read it, Steve, the issue is, not issue, but what we're trying to do is make sure that the language in the code matches what our zoning process is, because it's spelled out in the charter, which seems weird that that's where it is. And so that's why this language in here, that you're proposing in the code will parrot what's in the charter, correct? Got it. All right.
There's actually a couple of other things that don't appear here that, for clarity's sake, should be there.
Right.
One of which would be a public hearing. You advertise for it on the website.
I would think that a developer, somebody who are looking at doing work would likely look at the code before the charter. I mean, so it would make sense that they mirror whatever's on both sides. Okay.
And we should expect to see more of these pretty much with, I don't know, with every meeting, but, I mean, we're continuing to have all of the zoning code gone through so that,
Flynn has made it his goal, before he disappears, to bring clarity to a certain section of code that have bothered him for years.
well, and I mean, all of the code related to zoning is all being reviewed, so everything can be brought up, and clarified. The point is to make everything more transparent and as easily understood as possible.
Makes sense. Any other questions? Then we'll move on to new business. Ordinance 2026-5, an ordinance amending the appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of Orange Village during the calendar year 2026. Administration requests a suspension of the rules. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Jeff. And thank you, Stacy? Thank you.
Kim or Stacy?
Well, I heard Stacy.
I didn't do it.
Stacy.
That's fine.
Will you call the roll for a motion, or for the suspension of the rules?
Bilski?
Yes.
Foster? Yes. Vincent? Kurland?
Yes.
Allner?
Yes.
Yes.
Carey.
Yes, thank you. And next, I need a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-5, please.
The motion.
Thank you, Amanda.
Second.
Thank you, Stacy. Okay. Dana, you want to take it away again?
Okay, you have the exhibit for the management operating budget that outlines there are two changes to the budget. The first one is under the police department. They are increasing the budget $11,203. That's due to the addition of the Lexipol policy and training software. It was discussed during the budgeting process, but it wasn't put in the budget at that time. And after further review, it was decided that it was valuable and we should increase the budget to include that software. And secondly, in the information technology department, we're increasing that $11,625. And that was after the budget was passed, we learned that we were awarded a grant that was applied in 2024, and we received the grant award of $9,300 to go towards improvements in our cybersecurity systems. So our budget is increasing $11,625, of which we would be reimbursed $9,300, which is the grant amount, to do those services. And so Chagrin Valley Dispatch will work on those improvements to our IT upon passage of the ordinance.
Any questions for Dana?
If I can just make, Chief, we use Lexipol. I can't tell you how great it is. It's fantastic, and I'm sure the law department would love to know that it provides us insulation for policies and violations and things along those lines. It is a really exceptional product. We just started using them last year, and they're fantastic. Every penny.
Thank you, and we took our time because it is.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't. I mean, I was surprised you didn't already have them in place.
Yeah, it was one of the things that we wanted to do was rewrite that manual.
Right.
It was one of the things that I wanted to do since I've been promoted, to rewrite the entire manual, and it was high time that we brought in the expertise of Lexipol to do that, and we were very deliberate in making sure this was a valuable expense, and that's why it was a little delayed, but we're ready now.
It's fantastic, and it is. We've gone through it, and then not just can you have your policy manual up to date, but then the continuous updating of it is extremely helpful.
Correct, and there's another benefit too. There's daily training bulletins that the officers have to participate in 20 minutes every shift. It auto-generates a policy, and then it quizzes them on it. And though that time is also cataloged for our continuing professional training with the Ohio Attorney General's office, we get credit for that as training hours as well. So it's just a win-win-win, and it's high time we up our professionalism by getting this service.
Great, thanks. Any other questions? Anna, will you call the roll?
Bilski,
Yes.
Foster. Yes. Vincent. Kurland. Yes. Allner.
Yes.
Boyle.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes, thank you. Next is ordinance 2026. Ordinance engaging Calfee, Halter, and Griswold LLP to provide special counsel to Orange Village in utility-related matters and declaring an emergency. This is on for first reading, but do I have a motion first to suspend the rules? Thank you, Jeff. I'll second it. Anna, will you call the roll for motion?
Bilski.
Yes.
For this,
Foster.
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Kurland.
Yes.
Allner.
Yes.
Boyle.
Yes.
Perry.
yes, thank you. Okay, next, we can take a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-6. I'll make a motion. Anybody want a second? Thank you, Amanda. And,
Steve, you want to talk about that?
If you want to,
or, I'm not sure what I can say since,
As council knows, the village regulates the Woodbrand sewer system in Orange Village, which serves Orangewood, Orange Tree, the condos up there, Landerwood, and Waterford, just sort of the northern part of the village. We collect as part of our franchise fee a certain amount of money every year, and so you'll see that there's an appropriation of $40,000 for this legal services. There are also funds available for a consultant to analyze the fees. You need a professional to look over and determine if they're over or underpaying for the things that they're paying for. That are they charging the appropriate fees for the services they're providing? And so this does not cost the taxpayers anything. The ratepayers of the Woodbrand system pay into a fund, and the village's expense in doing this will be paid for out of that fund. The final product will be that they come back and you will adopt an ordinance. Last time we did this was 2011. You will adopt an ordinance that puts into place the new fees. And if there are service complaints, we can bring that to the attention of the system. The other option would be for them to just go to the PUCO in Columbus and get this rate imposed. This gives you a little measure of control, and if there are customer complaints, you could bring them to the attention. We've already heard some of them, which relate to the speed with which they are cutting off sewer connections if there are delayed fees. So these are something we can negotiate over and maybe get a different practice.
Well, well, given that, I think what we need to do is let people know, now is the time for for anyone who uses Woodbrand, has Woodbrand as providing the service, to let council know, any member of council know that if you have concerns with the service, because that will be helpful in our negotiations on behalf of all the ratepayers. So although the money is not coming from the village and the village's budget, it is coming from the ratepayers, which are people that live in the subdivisions that you just named. So, I think that's important to make sure that that's noted.
Cambridge Court, I did mention them.
Yeah, so anyone that uses, that has Woodbrand providing their service, the rate is up for renegotiation, and now is the time to let any member of council know if you have any issues, or if you have had any issues with Woodbrand.
They set the rate. How long is that rate good for? Like you said, the last time was 2011.
Because you're the rate-setting authority, it would be in place until the next time they come to you.
Is that indefinite? It's just whenever they decide?
Yes.
It's a shame we can't just say we're good with the rate we have right now.
Because by state law, they're entitled to cost plus 10% profit. So, and they have been able to forestall rate increases because the system has grown some. And so they had additional revenues through growth, which is always a better way to deal with than having incumbents paying higher rates.
Yeah. Okay, so it's on for first reading, so basically it'll be,
No.
we suspended, so we're approving it for call fee.
Well, engage.
Right, so do we have any idea how long it will take them for the negotiation?
They will hire the expert. They will be communicating with Woodbrand. I would say if comments come to you within the next month or so, get them to me and I'll get them to Jim Lang, who's the special counsel. They won't come. There won't be an agreement for probably a couple months.
Okay, so that's the time frame.
Questions? Anna, will you call the roll?
Bilski,
Yes.
Foster. Yes. Vincent,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Allner,
Yes.
Boyle,
Yes.
Harry.
Yes, thanks. Next is audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village. You know the drill, Mr. Loftus.
Over there, there you go.
You can sign that too when you're done speaking.
Good afternoon, or good evening. John Loftus, 4231 Lander Road. I hadn't spoken for a couple months, and I was getting out of practice, so they come up. Just a couple of issues. The Sustainability Committee met in January. We had a really fantastic presentation by NOPEC, and there were a number of things that NOPEC can bring to the table as we are moving forward, as the village is moving forward with the rehabilitation of this building, energy efficiency programs, loans, and substantial grants through the state of Ohio. And they're very willing to work with the village. And I would just hope that council will work with work with NOPEC and our consultant to make sure that we explore those opportunities as means of, maybe reducing some of the costs that's going to be associated, because from what I understand, it's going to be expensive. Second item is the mayor at our meeting, I believe it was maybe in December, there was a discussion about the solar panel language in our zoning code. And the mayor asked if the Sustainability Committee could take a look at that. I have submitted revised language to the committee. Unfortunately, I really have not received many comments, but I have shared it. I believe, the whole approach that I took in redrafting it was to take a very positive approach on solar panels. The issue in the past, and this happened to me when I was putting solar panels in, happened to another resident of Orange Village when she was working with a consultant. They both said, this language tells me I can't put solar panels facing the street. Now, I know the mayor had said we have conditions in there to allow it, but when your consultant is just saying, don't even ask, that kind of sets the wrong tone.
Yeah.
We want to encourage, the redraft that I did was try to, really kind of reflect that positive approach to that issue in terms of solar panels. And the only other thing that we might want to consider going forward is we really don't talk about wind generators as part of household use. There is a lot of technology that's evolving, but we have no language in our zoning to deal with that. And that is something that we may want to start thinking about as well. There is a lot of technology that needs to be employed. As we go forward, we're going to see nothing but rate increases in our electric bills. And so I think we, as a village, need to get ahead of this thing and try to do something about it. So those are, the solar language is just, I think, a fairly simple one. I'm not married to the language I submitted, so don't hesitate to edit as necessary.
Did you give that to the law director?
I've submitted to, the mayor has copies of it, some of the other members. I don't know if he shared that with,
And I think
but I can get it to you.
and from there, it'll go to the Planning and Zoning Committee before it goes to council.
About the wind technology, I looked into installing some wind. They have these
Generators?
things, they call them flowers or petals or something. They're like this tall, they go on your roof. There's a company that's starting to develop this, but they're not ready yet. So it's kind of hard to talk about that until we know what will be required, how they're going to be installed and things. So it is something that is on at least my mind you would have to go to planning and zoning and to council to change a few things to allow it. But it seems promising if they can get the technology out.
Well, there's no language at all in zoning right now regarding this. So it's,
Put a pin in it, put a mark.
It's what comes first, the horse or the cart,
Anything and they come in, you're doomed.
I don't know, can we create language through planning and zoning? What it's going to look like or what it's going to be like?
It can't be an issue of first impression. Other communities have dealt with it in some capacity. And so I think what you're saying, John, if I'm hearing it correctly, is you're right. There's nothing to deal with now, but the problem becomes if one lands here and we don't have anything, we're stuck behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
one of the things that,
You can look at what some other communities have done.
Absolutely. The situation that we've dealt with here is we have put in a provision. It's not, it has been driven by people not wanting to see them on the front of the house. I know there have been discussions at the Planning and Zoning Commission about granting variance. Right now, because the wind generation is not permitted as an accessory use, it's not permitted in the village. Now, there have been like pond bubblers that have been generated electricity with a little windmill type thing that have been around for years, many years. And if there's been one in the village, we've left it alone. We've never bothered it. But that would be an example of sort of a lawful non-conforming use of the accessory, generation of energy from the wind. In any event, we can get language from another community and put that in the village if that's council's desire.
I would think that maybe this would be two separate to, I would think that we would keep them separate.
Agree.
Well, right now, they are separate.
You know.
Solar is permitted under certain circumstances, and wind is not permitted. That's the way it's separate right now. We could bring legislation to amend the solar, and we could bring, to enact wind. The large generators are, 100, can be 100 feet high. I don't think there's a place in the village that you're looking to do that.
The village should actually think about that. You've got a tower right back here for, a microwave. I don't know why, as part of this whole rehab of Village Hall, we at least wouldn't look at that. It is also something that NOPEC may be able to bring some expertise to the table. It's something you may want to consider. Like I said, energy prices are just going to go up. And, we might want to get ahead of the curve.
Agree with you. I think you're making some great points, and definitely things that we should be considering as we look ahead. And having some language that at least gives us something to work with or start with. It can be vague, it can be broad, but it's good to have something rather than nothing.
I'd like some more research into it, into what these things actually look like, and also what their effects are. I guess I'm just picturing a really big one. Maybe I'm just picturing something old-fashioned. I don't know.
Perhaps
I don't know what this looks like, and I don't know what the effect is on birds or wildlife, and I just think a little bit of research into it would be helpful.
There's lots of different, I looked at one a couple years ago. There's one that was unidirectional.
Jeff, can you talk in your microphone?
There's lots of different shapes and configurations. I looked at some years ago, and it was unidirectional, made out of Canada. I was worried about trees. There's a buffer area, a buffer zone above the trees where there's dead and there's no flow, so you have to go pretty high above the trees to get effective movement. So it just depends on where they're placed. But I agree with you. Its value is worth looking at for sure.
Anna suggested that she could reach out to her organization of council clerks to see if cities have legislation and what they're doing, get some information. So we can start researching, and sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
And Steve, you could research on your end too.
And I would recommend that, go to NOPEC. They are just a treasure trove of information. I think the mayor would agree. There is just so much. They're a governmental entity. They're not selling a product. They offered to set up a workshop to present a lot of, just good, objective, generic information that will help all of us as we move forward.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay, next is comments from the mayor. And he says he misses us all. I saw him today. But here's his report. It's mostly announcements. Monday's President's Day Village Hall is open, and there is no change in trash pickup. Please have your bins out by 7 a.m. Ramadan begins at sundown on Tuesday, February 17th, and I would like to wish everyone a blessed Ramadan. That's Judd wishing them, and me too. Paper shredding's Friday, February 20th from 9 to noon at the Service Department. Orange schools are closed on this Friday and Monday. Please drive carefully. February is Black History Month. It's time to honor the contributions of Black Americans and remember to keep elevating Black voices and fostering inclusion throughout the entire year. February is also American Heart Month. He encourages everyone to take a moment this month to focus on their well-being and take advantage of any health resources available to us, including Active Orange Physical Wellness on February 14th at 2 p.m. at Village Hall with Ryan. Last but not least, happy Valentine's Day to everybody on Saturday. That concludes the mayor's report. I do not have a report today, so we will move on to reports by council members. Starting with you, Mr. Bilski.
All right, thank you. Yeah, just a reminder, the Active Orange, our physical wellness session will be here this Saturday afternoon with fellow Orange Village resident Jody Trostler joining me 2 to 4 p.m. here. And then the following weekend, which will be before our next meeting, please remember we'll have a session on financial wellness also here from 2 to 4 p.m. Be a nice discussion. Both will be nice discussions, high level, kind of the basics, tailored to the audience. I hope, it's a small enough group that I think we can have a good discussion, ask questions, and hopefully everybody can learn something. So, the other thing that I just wanted to touch on, because I've had some questions from other residents, and perhaps Bob Zugan might want to comment just for the record so everybody's aware. So just kind of revisit the snow plowing of the trails. We've talked about this a few times. I think they've been doing a fantastic job snow plowing the trails, the large walking trails, the wider walking trails up and down the main roads. But I know there's some complications when it comes to plowing the ones in the village. So Bob, I just, again, for the record, so for those at home can hear it again firsthand, why we're not able to do the ones in the neighborhoods as easily.
Hello?
Yep.
First of all, it starts with identifying exactly what we're describing here. Recreational trails, when they were put in, they were taken on and installed with the maintenance and repair and stuff taken on by the village. And it was determined at that point we would, wait and see how things worked out. And eventually, obviously, council passed the approval to purchase the equipment to remove the snow on there. That's because the village is responsible. Legislation, or our ordinance, sidewalks are the responsibility of the homeowner, and they're responsible for that. And that would be in all areas, whether it's commercial or residential. So the thing about snow removal, the trails are wider than the sidewalks are. That was discussed and what we were going to do when we purchased it, and our obligation was to do the trails only. And so the equipment we have now is simply for the trail use. Sidewalks are 5 feet wide. The snow blower is literally 5 feet wide. The plow is literally 5 feet. There's zero room for air to go off, hitting sprinkler heads, landscape beds, pavers, stuff like that, within the sidewalk area. The other one is that, again, most of the developments are all front-loading garages. All the snow gets pushed up at the aprons. And as you know, this year, driving down those developments, all the snow, the piles are 5 feet tall at the end of the drives, which is essentially right where the sidewalks and trails are. Makes it very difficult to get in.
Yeah.
We've been doing it on the trails. We've had some feedback, very positive and also negative about doing the trails. But our obligation was, as we move forward, is that we were going to do snow removal on the trails only.
On that note, I just want to thank, you guys did come out and unbury all the
Fire hydrants.
Yeah.
very much appreciative.
My dog really appreciates that, thank you.
Well, that's the way I view that. My department, we're responsible for a number of things, and damage control. I'm going to put that in damage control as one of those. We need to have access to our fire hydrants. We have residential snow plowers that are burying them, and I think it's important that we keep these hydrants opened. I asked Anna to put a blurb in our next e-news. It's probably getting late in the season now, but for safety purposes, we went out and cleared the hydrants.
I do think next year, maybe, it's too late for this year, but maybe when the snow plowers do get permits, they have to sign off on something that says that they will not, bury the hydrants, because and I do see where they have, but there are some choices about where you put the snow and, put it on the other side so that the hydrant is not buried. I just think it's
Permitting runs through the building department, and they're giving out all that information. I believe they even put the code that they need to follow, which is they're not allowed to push across the street. They're not allowed to block, those areas in the right-of-way, burying hydrants, so on and so forth, so.
Until we start ticketing them, I don't know what to say, because it's an issue.
I would like to circle back to our previous discussion, though, about the snowplow the snow removal on the trails. I got a email right before I came here this evening from a gentleman who wondered about why we're not keeping the trails cleaner, and he said he pays a lot of taxes and he expects a lot more from our community. We all got it? Okay. All right, great. But I guess the question that came out of that letter to me was legally, he kind of threw some legal stuff around, like that we're going to be sued because we're not taking well enough care of the trails. So
I would direct that,
The Steve issue.
Steve, what do you think?
direct that to the law director.
In the state of Ohio that makes very clear that in the wintertime it snows. Be careful. Ordinary accumulations of snow are not a basis for liability. And now, if we go out and we ice down, if we spray it with water and let the water freeze on the, don't do that. Don't make ice patches on our trails. But if it's just natural accumulations of snow, there's zero likelihood of liability, even before you get to the question of immunity. And there's no exception to the immunity rule for sidewalks. The only thing to avoid is intentionally causing problems, and obviously, we try to keep our sidewalks as in repair as we can.
I think, on that issue, it was an extreme issue with the weather. I mean, we had an awful lot of snow in a short amount of time. And the decision was made, and I agree with the decision that was made, which was to concentrate on the roads over the trails. And then I see that they did get to the trails, it just took longer. And that's okay. I think I agree with the decision 100% that the roads should be done first. And I think, I'd be shocked if anyone here disagreed.
I said roads are a priority, and then I would mention after that.
We do have a limited number of people, and I know that they were working a lot of hours, and it's exhausting to do that snow plowing.
They have, and obviously, and thank you for that understanding. Obviously, there is a priority. It even goes with the road snow removal, what roads we do first, second, third, on down the line. But, it was probably 3 days after the storm finally ended. I mean, we had complaints with the amount of snow that people couldn't get to the mailboxes. Well, mail delivery is important as well. So item number one after that was clearing for mailboxes. Then we started moving snow around and making sure that when snow does melt, that that water gets into drainage ditches and storm sewers and stuff. So yes, it was a last pecking order, and certainly it was hard. It took us almost 3 days of snow blowing these trails to get through, and it happens when you get 20-some inches of snow on it.
The email did say sidewalks. I don't know if they were thinking trails and just said
No,
sidewalks. It seems to me they were asking about more of the sidewalks that would be the homeowner's responsibility, which you clarified,
I had that impression too, yeah. So, thank you, Bob.
Okay, Ryan, you still have.
Nothing further.
Thank you. All right, Jeff?
Of course, I want to say happy Black History Month. But I think in this time of strife, I think each group needs to take the time to celebrate themselves, but also celebrate others. So while you want to celebrate and acknowledge the gifts and accomplishments of other people, you also want to take the time to celebrate and acknowledge the gifts of other people so that you're more inclusive as a community.
Stacy?
Evening. I first wanted to thank Scott Lewis, Rivka Claypool, John, Ned, Stacy, and all who committed to being a part of the Charter Review Commission. I was grateful to be able to attend the meeting on Monday after the school board meeting, and I know they will do an amazing job. It was a great discussion right off the bat, so I want to thank you all for taking that on. While I'm not sharing a school report here, I did want to pass on a message from our school board president, who asked at Monday's board meeting that we share the board's thanks to all of our service workers and staffs for a fantastic job keeping the roads clear, since we were just talking about that, and safe, and also to the administration for keeping the communication lines open during this awful winter so that the buses could get through. So they wanted to note that appreciation, and I wanted to pass that on to you. Our Arts and Culture Committee held its first meeting of the year last week and worked through an overview of the committee's goals and objectives. We are putting out a call for local artists. I think it made it into the newsletter, Anna. Did it? Yeah. So it's like just a one line to call for artists to begin to organize a directory of the multitude of talent that we have right here in Orange Village. This will range from musical arts to visual arts to creative arts and everything in between. If you consider yourself an artist, this is a call for you. We're hoping to connect these artists and also find opportunities to showcase their work in a myriad of ways. We're also looking to formalize a mission statement to guide our planning. We are now meeting on the first Tuesday of the month for this year. That's a change from last year. And as always, we welcome all interested residents. Speaking of arts, the Orange Library asked me to share with everyone that they're doing an art supply swap on February 21st from 10 to 12. You can bring new or gently used art supplies to swap and pick up something new. So if you bought something thinking you were going to use it and you found out you didn't, bring it in, take something else, and the event is free and open to all throughout all of our communities. The Artisan and Farmers Market Board is meeting next week, and they'll determine at that time the September market date at that time, and then we will ask the committees once again to host one of the markets. I think that worked well last year. I also want to wish everyone a sweet Valentine's Day and, along with Ramadan, a happy Chinese New Year as we celebrate the Year of the Horse.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks for the sound effects.
Amanda?
I wanted to congratulate Michael Hounshell on joining the Orange Village Police Department, which of course is the best department around, and helping to keep our Mike to Joyce ratio. Somebody already gave me a chance to, Bagel wanted to thank the uncovering of the fire hydrants. It was really appreciated. And as far as the Resilience Committee, we are still going to be meeting on the second Tuesday of the month. And we had a conversation yesterday, the committee was very big yesterday, there were two of us, about how if we can get, when the Village Hall, and I know that's, ways out, whatever, is reimagined, and if we can get solar panels for the village, it would be a large purchase, and maybe as part of that, there's possibly the opportunity for residents to join in on that buy, so that to help decrease the cost, because it's a very expensive thing. And so just a thought that maybe we can make this help the rest of the village as well, not just Village Hall. As far as the Charter Review Committee, it's really interesting stuff, at least to me. If any residents have any suggestions, you can look at the charter. It's online. It's available. If you have any suggestions, please tell anyone on council and we'll pass it along. You can also show up to the meetings to listen. They are on the second and fourth Monday of the month.
Thank you, Amanda. We'll go on to you, Kim.
Thank you. I just want to thank Anna for your hard work on these flyers that will be going out for the Women's Self-Defense Workshop on June 4th at 6 o'clock. And the fire safety training, which is going to cover also Stop the Bleed. It's not a CPR course, but it will be helpful information that anyone and everyone really should have. So the two flyers will be going out. I guess we'll have them on the website, or can we put them on the website? Maybe we can include them in the flyer or something. I don't know. All right, so we'll get those out. That'd be great. Kiwanis does have a meeting on Wednesday, the 18th at 7 p.m. at the Orange Senior Center, and I'm surprised my two buddies over there didn't say that. But please consider, Kiwanis just does so many wonderful things for our really for everybody, and we do things even internationally, but we really do a lot locally to help, especially our kids, and I just think it's a great organization to be involved in. And I think that is it. I'm sure I'll think of something later, but we're good for now. Self-defense will start at 6 p.m. on June 4th, and the safety and stop the bleed will start on also at 6 p.m. on Thursday, April 2nd. So those are the two things. And then obviously the space is limited for both, but if there are more people that are interested, hopefully the goal is to sort of, offer these again. I think it's good for our residents to have these. And then just one last thing, don't forget, if someone is having issues with mental health and crisis, star 988 is a great resource for everybody to have, so please utilize it. And the first call is coming along. I'm surprised Judd didn't have that in his announcements, or maybe he did no, he wasn't here last week. But the first call program is moving along and moving forward with Orange as part of it. So it's a wonderful program that we're going to have. I'm very excited that that's going to be coming to our village.
Mr. Boyle, you're up.
Just briefly, one, on the charter review, they did set up their schedules, and I think they're meeting is it the first and third or second and fourth Mondays, which I think getting a set schedule will be very helpful. Two, I don't know if anyone mentioned Scott Lewis, but he's running as the chair, and it's always easy to blend in on the committee. You can appreciate this, Lisa. It's harder to run it, and I give him a lot of credit. Scott's a true gentleman in all sense of the word, and will do a really good job of it. And finally, just wishing the mayor good luck and Godspeed in his recovery.
Meeting tonight. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
That motion.
You want to second it? Thank you. Anna, will you call the roll?
Bilski,
Yes.
Foster, Vincent, Lind, Allner, Boyle, Perry.
Yes, thank you, everybody.